welcome to another episode of Street Biashara, where we get to learn all about business terms. My name is Brandon Michaba. Now, the latest reserves data from the Central Bank of Kenya in the month of August 2019 shows that CBK's reserves stood at 9.405 billion US dollars, equivalent to 5.98 months of import cover. This was a fall of 85 million US dollars during the week, having previously stood at 981.3 billion Kenyan shillings that represented 6.04 months of cover. Now, traders have attributed this to the recent slide in the shilling exchange rate to the dollar, which shot to the 104.20 level, a four-year low, put pressure on CBK to sell some of its hard currency to the market to stave off volatility. Now, as you can clearly see, we're on the streets to try and find out what exactly you understand by the term Forex reserves. Well, let's go find out. Term Forex reserves. Heard of it?
No.
You want to try and tell me what you think it means?
Forex reserves could mean actually these are foreign currencies which have been put in place to cushion against the shortage of such foreign currencies. Yeah.
Does this term Forex reserves?
These terms are strange.
Just scare you.
Yeah,
you want to give me a guess? No?
They're hard.
It means the amount, the amount the economy has outside the country. Yes, like maybe value, foreign value that is stored maybe in foreign banks or yeah.
Forex reserves. Okay, Forex, first of all, currency, the trading of currency and stuff. And then reserves, yeah, like, I don't know.
So what you're reserving foreign currency?
Maybe harboring it. Okay. Maybe I don't know it because I haven't dealt with it. I haven't met it anywhere. Maybe I'm just discouraged with the current economical climate. I don't know.
Forex reserves. You've heard of that term, right?
Forex reserves?
Yes.
Yes.
What do you think it means?
These are, well, I can say money or reserves held in foreign countries, in foreign banks. Yeah.
There's this term that we hear a lot.
Okay.
Forex reserves.
Yeah.
What is it?
Forex?
Reserves.
Forex reserves. Maybe allow me not to answer that one today.
You can just give me a guess.
Though I know this has to do with the money exchange. That's the capitation. Okay? The capitation on money exchange.
No, sijaisikia Forex reserves. Forex is something to do with exchange of, but to connect it with reserve completely, I can't tell what it is.
Thank you so much.
Thank you too. Pia na.
After getting the chance to go on the streets and get to find out what exactly you understand by the term Forex reserves, it's time for us to get a clear understanding from an expert. And the individual helping me with that today is the CEO of Infallible Group, Bide Mwema. Thank you so much for joining me on Street Biashara.
Thank you for having me.
Great. Now we're just going to jump right into the question, and you explain to us what exactly are Forex reserves.
Well, Forex reserve is the amount of hard currency, which is US dollars, that the central bank holds on behalf of the economy. So that would be all the amount of hard currency that the central bank is holding in its vaults or in equivalent on behalf of the nation of Kenya. This is an important metric because it is used to actually settle what we buy in. So if you're a trader and you're always importing things from China or from any other foreign country, you typically go to your bank and ask for dollars. So the person that supplies the banks with the dollars is the government. Or alternatively, the government could be going out there to buy oil or to pay for anything else that we are importing at a national level. So they will go to the central bank and ask for this forex reserves to be able to pay. So in a nutshell, forex reserve, it's dollar currency or any other foreign currency that the central bank holds on behalf of the government or when the economy of Kenya to be used to settle obligations that are foreign to the country.
Okay, great. Now, how do forex reserves translate to import cover measured in months?
Measured in months. So what happens is every month you know how much you're going to bring into the country. Let me look at it like the way you'd look at a household. So every month I know I probably buy a crate of eggs, 10 packets of milk, etc. So I know how much I need to keep paying when I go to the supermarket. So what I typically do is I'll either go with my debit card or with my credit card, or I'll have money on my M-Pesa and say every month I use 10,000 to pay. So that's exactly what happens at a national level. We typically pay for fuel. That's the largest consumer of hard currency. Then even now, because the rains are not too good, we also import maize. And then we also import goods and services. Most of the industries in Nairobi now, entrepreneurs in Nairobi are always importing things from China. So they need hard reserves, hard currency to be able to pay. So when it comes to months, the government, or rather through Central Bank of Kenya, they will say this month, this is the amount of dollars that we need to pay for the things that we're always bringing into the country. So they compare the amount of reserves that they have, the total stock. So for instance, they say we have 10 units of US dollars, for example. But then every month we normally pay out 2. So what they would be comparing is 10 versus 2 to say we have 5 months of import cover. And it's a good benchmark so that you can know, are my dollar reserves or are my hard currency reserves declining? Do I need to increase, or do I need then to stop buying many things because then I don't have the hard currency with regards to cash flow to offset?
Okay, wow. Now, having said that, what impact did the recent fall in the shilling have on the Central Bank of Kenya forex reserves?
Okay, let me backtrack and answer that. So typically when you're looking at import cover with regards to forex reserves, currently we have about $9 billion that the central bank is sitting with in hard currency, in dollars mostly. And what it does when you compare it to the imports, it's about 5.9 times cover. So you're covered. Your monthly need for dollars is about 5.9 times over. That's what is sitting at the central bank. That's very good. And you know why? Because central bank, in its capacity as the banker of the government, has set for itself guidelines and said we don't want to go below 4. So if it's at 5.9, it says we are okay. Then also as part of the East African community, they have said, as all the central banks in the community, they've said we don't want to go below 4.5. So central bank looks and says we're at 5.9 versus 4.5, we are okay. So that's a very important metric to look like. Now, to answer your question on what was happening when the currency came under a little bit of weakness. Now, the currency, it's a commodity like any other. It's traded every day. What drives price? It's demand and supply. Okay. So what tends to happen during this period of time after the budget has been read, so July and August and September, then money begins to be released into the economy. Anybody who needed to have bought oil, if manufacturing companies needed to buy edible oils from other countries or inputs from other countries, now they have been paid by the government, and they're able to start demanding for currency to be able then to pay for their goods. So what we saw happening was just a little bit of volatility because now demand was on the increase. So the movement went from around 103 to 104, 104.5. It was shy of 105. But then now what happens when that happens is the central bank says we have 5.9 months of cover. So they start to supply dollars into the market. So it brings down, it corrects the price. So it came down to 103. So that really, the movement didn't have any material impact on the usable reserves that the government has. When you're looking at usable reserves, always look at what do we have. We're at 5.9 months cover. We need to be above 4 months cover. The better trend is to say what has been happening month on month. And then the final point on this is we bring in so much money from the diaspora. The diaspora gives us about $2 billion every so often. So this actually enhances what the Central Bank of Kenya has. So it's not necessarily depleted because what comes in is much less compared to what goes out. So that's the way to look at it.
Great. Thank you so much for that insightful information. I do hope our viewers do understand what the term Forex Reserve means, because next time I come on the streets, I will ask you this exact question and get to know if you remember it. Now, I'll see you next time with the next episode of Street Biashara. See you.